Hello guys, today I'm currently reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. Chapter 4. Back into the barrel. By 12 o'clock the next day, Harry's trunk was packed with his school day, and those most bright suspicions the invisibility cloak he had inherited from his father, the broomstick of course from Sirius, and the enchanted maps of Hogwarts have been given by Fred and George Weasley last year. He had good appetite. His hiding place under the loose plumford of the door. Double checks every nook and corner of bedroom forgotten spell books of quill, and taken down the chart and wall counting the next day down to the September 1st, on which he'd like to cross off daily remains on it until again his return in Hogwarts. Uncle Vernon was making the Dursleys. Uncle Vernon looked alarmed when Harry informed him that a Weasley would be arriving at 5 o'clock the very next day. I hope you told them to dress properly, these people. These now at once. I've seen these sorts of stuff a lot of wear. They better have the density on normal clothes, that's all. Harry felt a sense of foreboding. He had rarely seen Miss or Miss Weasley wearing anything that Dursley wouldn't call normal. The children had done Muggle's clothing the holidays. Miss Weasley wore long robes and various dates of chauvinist. Harry wasn't bothered about nasal witting, but he was anxious how rude Dursley might be to the Weasley if they turned the look of the world's idea of visit. This was not because the diet was taking effect, but due to fright. Dudley had emerged from his last encounter with a fully grown wizard with a Gullibic spoken with his shoulders. It was altogether surprised. Therefore, Dudley kept running his hand over the other back of his backside and walking side from room to room. His now presence the same target to the enemy. Lunch was an almost silent meal. Dudley didn't even protest as he food. Got their cheese and grated celery. Aunt Petunia wasn't eating anything at all. Her arms were folded, her lips were pushed, and seemed to be chewing on her tongue. As she still bit back a furious dairy allowed to throw at Harry. They'll be trying, of course. Uncle Vernon barked across the table. Oh, said Harry. Then thought of it. How were the Dursleys going to pick him up? They didn't have a car anymore. I think so, said Harry. Vernon snorted through his mustache. Normally, Uncle Vernon would have asked his car and Miss Weasley drove. He then judged adamant how big and expensive the car was. But Harry doubted whether Uncle Vernon would have to take when Miss Weasley drove a Ferrari. Harry spent the most of the afternoon in his bedroom. He was still watching Aunt Petunia be outside. Aunt Petunia was completely straight in cushion. Uncle Vernon was pretending to read the paper, but his tiny eyes were not moving, and Harry was sure he was really listening with all his might for the sound of approaching car. Dudley was cramped into the armchair, his pokey hand beneath him, clamped firmly. But Flago came and went. Uncle Vernon pushed him slightly in his seat, opened the front door, and brought up down the street with his head quickly. The lady snored, Harry. No considerations at all. We might have been an enchantment. Maybe they think they've got invited to dinner if they're late. Well, if they most certainly won't be, said Uncle Vernon, and Harry heard him start up trashing the driving room. Then they had the boy and girl, and then no hanging around. They didn't the company at all. Probably mistaken the day. A desired car that kind was much importantly. Either up the drive tipped on that broken arch. Harry jumped up. From the other side of the living room door came the sound of 3 Dusty scrambling. Panic stricken across the room. This moment Dudley came flying into the hall looking triumphant. What happened? Said Harry. What's the matter? But Dudley didn't seem able to speak. Loud bangs and scrapping were coming from behind the Dudley's boarded up fireplace, with a fake coral fire plugged in front of them. What's in it? Said Aunt Petunia, gasped Aunt Petunia, who had back onto the wall and starting, terrified, towards the fire. What is this, Vernon? Ouch, Fred. No, go back, go back. There's been some kind of mistake. Tell George not to. Ouch, George. There's no room. Go back quickly and tell Ron. Maybe Harry can hear us, Dad. Maybe he are unable to let us up. There was a loud hammering of fists on the wall behind the electric fire. Harry, Harry, can you hear us? The rosy round when Harry peered up, angry, reverenced. What is this? Said Grandma unconfident. What's going on? They tried to get here by flue powder, said Harry, fighting a mad desire to laugh. They controlled by the fire. Only block the fireplace. Hang on. He approached the fireplace and called from the board. Miss Weasley, can you hear me? Hammering stopped. Somebody inside the chimney piece said, Shh. Miss Weasley, it's Harry. The fireplace has been blocked up. You won't be able to get through there. Damn, said Miss Weasley's voice. What on earth did it want to block up the fireplace for? They've got an electric fire, said Harry explained. Really? Said our voice excitedly. Eclectic, you said, with a plug. Gracious. I must see. Let's stay out. Run. One voice warned the other. What are you doing here? Has something gone wrong? Oh no, Ron, came Ron recently. No, that I've been wanted to end up. Harry retreated to a sofa. Uncle Ben, however, moved forward. Wait a moment, he blew at the fire. What exactly are you going to bang? The electric fire shot across the room and boarded up fire by burst outward, exploding Miss Wheelie, Fred, and George and Ron in a cloud of rubble and loose chippings. Aunt Petunia struck and fell backwards on a coffee table. Uncle Ben caught her before she hit the floor and gasped, splashed at the Weasley of all harm break hair, including Fred George, who engaged to the last freckle. That's better, pants Miss Weasley, putting his sweep from long ropes and striding his glasses. Ah, you must be Harry's aunt and uncle. Then, until bolding, he moved to go uncovered. His hand outstretched and uncovered back away several places, striking Aunt Petunia. What a literally felt uncovered. His best suits could cover in white dust, could have settled in his hair and mustache and make him look through his age 30 years. Sorry about that, said Miss Weasley, lowering his hand and looking over his shoulders at the blast fireplace. It's all my fault. It isn't. Alchemy me the one we were able to get our basic internet and our fireplace onto the Flu network to see just for an afternoon, so we could get Harry. Michael fireplace are supposed to be connected. Spelling speaking, putting up to use contact on the fluid relations panel on his fix it for me. And can put it right in the chip through. So don't worry, I'll like a fire to send the boy back. And then I can repair your fireplace before I disintegrate. Harry was already to bed that the dirty hadn't understood a single word of this. They were gaping at me. Weasley Turner struck Petunia struck her upright again and hid behind Uncle Vernon. Hello, Harry, said Miss Greeley brightly. Got your trunk already? It's upstairs, said Harry, grinning back. We'll get it, said Fred at once, winking at Harry. He and George left the room, and they knew where Harry's bedroom was, having once rescued him from the dead of night. Harry suspected that Fred and George were hoping for glimpses of Dudley's have heard a lot about him from Harry. Well, said Miss Weasley, swinging his arms slightly, while he tried to find his quote to break the nasty silence. Very nice place you've got here. And usually this living room was now covered in dust and bits of bricks. This remark didn't down go too well with the Dusty. Uncle Vernon face bubbled once more, and Aunt Petunia started chewing her tongue again. However, they seemed too scared to actually say anything. Miss Weasley was looking around. He loved everything to do with muggles. Harry could see him itching to go to examine the television video recorder. This run of electricity, do they? He said knowledgeably. Ah, yes, I can see the plugs. I collect plugs, he added to Uncle Vernon. Wow, said Miss Weasley, swinging his arms like him, and he tried to find words about to break the nasty silence. Very last place you've got there. And usually spread the living room now covered in dust and bricks. They didn't go down too well with the Dusty. And her voice bubbles once more, and Aunt Petunia started chewing her tongue again. However, they seemed too scared to actually say anything. They run up electricity today, he said knowledgeably. And batteries. I've got a very large collection of batteries. My wife said I'm mad, but there you are. Dudley suddenly reappeared in the room. Harry could hear it. the clunk of his trunk on the stair, and he knew the sounds that scared Dudley out of the kitchen. Dudley aged along the wall, gazing at me. Weasley was terrified eye and attempts to conceal himself behind his mother and father. Unfortunately, Uncle Vernon's book like sufficient to hide Albany and Petunia and now were enough to conceal Dudley. Ah, this is your cousin, isn't it, Harry? Has Dudley, walking a brave stop making conversations. Yeah, said Harry. It's Dudley. He and Ron exchanged glances and quickly looked away from each other. The temptations to burst of laughing were almost overwhelming. Dudley was still clutching his bottom, although afraid it might fall off. Miss Weasley, however, seemed glanty concerned at Dudley, peculiar behavior. Indeed, from the tone of his voice when he spoke, Harry was quite sure that Miss Weasley thought Dudley was quite mad, and at least thought he was. Except for Miss Weasley, her sympathies fluttered in good fare. Having a good day, Dudley? He said kindly. Dudley whimpered, and Harry saw his hand taking harder and Miss face. All right, said Miss Weasley, better get cracking then. Instead, said Miss Weasley, pointing his wand and holding the ball behind him. Flame rose at once in 5 years. Miss Weasley took a small tossing bobcat and tied it and a pinch of a powder inside and flew into the flames, which shone emerald green would roar higher than ever. Have you got on, Fred? Said Miss Weasley. Oh, come on, said Fred. Oh no, hang on. A bag of sweets spilled, put up Fred's pockets, and the contents were now rolling in every directions. Big fat toffees in brightly colored wrappers. Fred scrambled around, crawled them back into his pocket, and gave the Dursley a cheery wave. Stepped towards and walked right into the setting. The burrow. Petunia gave a little shudder and gasped. There was a whooshing around, and Fred had vanished. Right then, George, said Miss Weasley, and you are a trunk. Harry helped George carry the trunk forward to the flames, and he turned it into the end that he could hold it better. And then, with a second whoosh, George had cried, the barrow, and vanished too. Ron, you next, said Miss Weasley. See you, said Ron brightly to the Dursley. He grinned broadly at Harry, then stepped into the fire and shoved the barrow. Disappeared. Well, Byron, Harry said to the Dursley. Harry said goodbye to you, he said. Didn't you hear him? It doesn't matter, said Harry muttered to Miss Weasley. Honestly, I don't care. Miss Weasley did not remove his hand from Harry's shoulders. You are going to see his nephew the next summer, he said to in indignations. Surely you were going to say goodbye? But Miss Weasley was still in hand, and Uncle Ben and study eyed at it once before he said, very respectfully, goodbye then. See you, said Harry, putting one foot forward into the green flame, which felt pleasantly like a warm breath. At that moment, however, a horrible gaging sound erupted behind him, and opportunity to scream. Harry wheeled around. Dudley was no longer standing behind his parents, they were near him on coffee table, and he was gaggling spread out a long foot purple slimy thing that was proffered from his mouth. 1 second later, Harry realized that the one foot thing was Dudley's tongue, and that was brightly toffee way up from the door behind him. No. But far from being resisted, the Dudley became more panic-stricken. Opportunity was starting history, tackling Dudley's tongue as told their mind to rip it out. Dudley reappeared to be suffering under the combined pressure of his mother and his tongue, and Uncle Vernon, who had lost control completely, seized a giant figure into the top of the sideboard and threw it very hard at Dudley, who ducked. Mid Weasley, who ducked, causing ornaments to shatter and blasting fire. "Now, really," said Hermione angrily, rushing, "I'm trying to help." But like no whoop hippo, Uncle Vernon snatched the very ornament. "Harry, just go, go!" said Mrs. shouted, and it's one on Uncle Vernon. "I'll sort this out." Harry didn't know how to miss the fun, but Uncle Vernon's second ordinary arrow missed left his ear, and one ballad through past the situations to Miss Weasley. He stepped into the fire, looked over her shoulder, said, "The burrow." His last standing out the door was Aunt Petunia screaming and lying up top of Dudley's tongue lolling round like a great slimy pattern. But the next moment had begun to spin very fast, and the Dursley living room would whip around and rest of flaming flames. Chapter 5 Weasley's Wizard's Feast. Harry spun faster and faster, elbows struck and tackling into his sides, but his fireplace flashing past him, until it started to feel close to his side. Did he eat it? Said Fred, excitedly holding his arm for Harry's feet. Yes, said Harry, running up. What was it? Tongue toffee, said Fred frankly. I thought and I rented and also summer. The tiny kitchen exploded with laughter. Harry looked around and saw that John and Joe rode sitting at a scrubber water with two red people that Harry had never seen before, but he thought immediately who they must be, Bill and Charlie, the two eldest Weasley brothers. How are you doing, Harry? Said in the air of the two, grinning at him and holding a large hand out a large hand, which Harry shook, folding across about and placed under her fingers. Then this has to be Charlie, who walked dragons in Romania. Charlie who bowed like a twins, shorter and stockier than Percy and Ron. Who were both long and lanky. He got a broad, good, natural face with a feather and bitten so freakily that he looked almost tense. Its arms were muscly, and one of them had a large shiny bird on it. Bill got to his feet swarming and also shook Harry's hand. Bill came out for surprise. Harry knew that he worked for the Wizard Bank records that had been the head boys of Hogwarts and had always imagined Bill to be an older version of Percy. Fussy about cruel, fragrant, and fond of bossing everyone around. However, Bill was the older word of it, cool. He was tall, with long hair that he had tied back in a ponytail. He was wearing earrings that looked like a fang dangling from it. His clothes wouldn't have looked at place a lot concerned, except that Harry recognized his boots to be made, not of leather, but a dragon hide. If one of them could say anything else, there was a faint popping noise, and Miss Weasley appeared out of the air that showed her looking angrier than Harry had ever seen. That wasn't funny, Fred, she shouted. What on earth did you give that muggle boy? I didn't give anything, said Fred with another evil grin. I just dropped it. It was his fault and he went and ate it. I never told him to. You dropped it on purpose, roared Miss Weasley. You knew he'd eat it. And you knew he was on a diet. How big did his tongue get? Short asked eagerly. It was 4 foot long before trying to let him shrink it. Harry and Weasley roared with laughter again. It isn't funny, Miss Weasley shouted. That sort of behavior seriously amid Wizard Muggle relations. I spent my half-life competing against the amusement of Muggles, and my own sons. We didn't give him because he was a Muggle, said Fred immediately. No, we didn't give him to win because he was great bully and kid, said George. Isn't he, Harry? Yeah, he is, Miss Weasley, said Harry earnestly. And thank you for listening to my video or continue reading. And next, I'll continue reading chapter 5, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in the next video. Bye.